Ice Age mothers survived the wild pregnant women and children against all odds. The Ice Age was no gentle whisper of frost. It was a relentless, unyielding force. Nights could freeze a human to the bone, and one wrong step meant you'd become food for predators, bigger and stronger than you could imagine. Yet somehow mothers carried life inside them, and children clung to their backs, navigating this frozen, savage world. How did they survive? Not by luck. They survived by ingenuity, courage, and raw endurance that would put any modern survivalist to shame. The journey that killed most. Pregnancy in the Ice Age wasn't a time for comfort. A woman's body, already carrying the miracle of life, had to endure long migrations across treacherous landscapes. Mountains scarred with ice, rivers swollen with meltwater, and forests alive with predators were everyday obstacles. Food wasn't waiting at a grocery store. It had to be hunted, gathered, or scavenged. Every step demanded vigilance. One stumble into a frozen stream could be fatal. Every predator lurking behind a tree, every crackling branch underfoot was a potential death sentence. Children were not passengers. They were students of survival from the first days they could crawl. They learned to hide, to run silently, and to trust the instincts passed down by their mothers. Every day was a classroom of life and death lessons. Fire was their lifeline. Fire was not just warmth, it was survival, ingenuity made tangible. Mothers knew how to keep flames alive through freezing nights. Sparks struck from flint, dry moss gathered and protected. They huddled with children around the flickering light, the only barrier between life and the icy breath of the night. Smoke kept some predators at bay, and flames gave courage to the weary. They discovered early how to ration warmth, how to share it between themselves and their little ones. One misstep, one miscalculation, and frostbite or death could claim them. Fire was control over chaos, a small, fragile empire against the vast, unrelenting cold. Hunting was, honestly, a high-stakes classroom. Back in the Ice Age, hunting was brutal. Big game, often larger than any predator we know today, roamed across the plains and forests. One misjudged spear throw could mean weeks without food, or even, death for the family. Pregnant women, though they stayed close to the group, were far from helpless. They knew exactly which plants could supplement a failed hunt, which berries and roots might keep the family alive when predators lurked nearby. Children learned by watching, observing the careful movements, the silent signals of their mothers, the way every muscle tensed in anticipation of danger. Predators were everywhere. Wolves, saber-toothed cats, and giant hyenas stalked these humans at every turn. Mothers taught their children how to lie low, how to slip away quietly, and how to use the landscape itself as camouflage. Survival was a constant dance, a balance between aggression and caution. Migration was life itself. Ice Age humans didn't have permanent homes. They moved with the herds, always on the go. Pregnant women, despite their condition, carried their weight and their burden across frozen plains. Babies clung to their mothers' backs, wrapped in fur or hides, while mothers scavenged, hunted, or carried the tools needed for survival. Every single day demanded strategic decisions. Which path might offer food? Which river was safe? Which mountain pass could be crossed without disaster? Children who survived this journey became the backbone of the next generation. They learned early on that survival was not passive. It required awareness, endurance, and cooperation. Mothers weren't just protectors. They were teachers, guides, and leaders in a world that punished mistakes, sometimes mercilessly. Community was the secret weapon. No mother survived alone. The Ice Age demanded community. Groups shared knowledge about which areas were dangerous, which plants were edible, and which animals were safe to hunt. They shared fire, warmth, food, and protection. Children watched adults and slowly absorbed the subtle rules of survival. Every shared task, every cooperative hunt, and every bedtime beside the fire strengthened the network that made life possible. This communal survival instinct made sure that knowledge was never lost. Each mother's lesson, each child's observation, became the cultural blueprint for generations to come. Lessons from endurance. Now, the most remarkable part of Ice Age survival isn't just that these humans endured, but how they endured. Pregnant women balance physical strain and sharp strategic thinking while nurturing life itself. Children absorbed survival instinct by living it, day in and day out. Every fire kept alive, every step over frozen terrain, every meal shared. These were triumphs over nature itself. The lessons are, honestly, stark and vivid. Survival is rooted in preparation, awareness, cooperation, and courage. Ice Age mothers were masters of all of these. They survived conditions we can barely imagine, yet their resilience carved a path for all humans who came after them. Why does this matter today? Well, these stories remind us that human resilience is truly timeless. Our modern challenges might not include saber-toothed cats or endless frozen nights, but the principles are universal: adapt, endure, protect, and teach. Understanding the incredible survival of mothers and children in the Ice Age helps us appreciate not just human ingenuity, but the raw courage that made civilization possible. Their story is, without a doubt, a blueprint for endurance, a reminder that even in the harshest conditions, life somehow finds a way. It teaches us that survival isn't just physical, it's mental, emotional, and honestly, communal. Without their courage, the human story might have ended long before recorded history even began. If you want more deep dives into humanity's greatest survival stories, hit subscribe and share this video. Let's uncover history the way it really happened. Unfiltered, uncut, and unforgettable. The lessons of Ice Age mothers and children are more than just stories. They're a testament to human endurance, waiting to inspire us all today.